Stop rolling that camera. Put that camera away now.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by the copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is your boy Musa Azakar bringing you that Mickey Ficky slap. So please just do me a favor. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. You'll be left in that loop every time the boy drops it straight out the tree. Yo, this is going to be a quick little vid. You know what I'm saying? I had to do the copyright disclaimer because, man, I got some audio for you all, man. Your boy Lemonade. Sour lemonade. Oh, Don Lemon. Don Sour Lemon. He filed a report. You know, he's serious about his thing. You see he already about the separation. I'm cool with the separation too. You feel me? Because they trying to do that at my plantation. If you feel they got that, if you got that, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got, you can be naked like it. But if you ain't got it, you gotta walk around like Bane. Bane all day. I mean, it's like fucking Jim Crow 2.0, well, 1.0, goddammit. Like, share, subscribe, man. But yeah, that's just one incident, man. But yeah, Don Lemon got some issues going on. He got some issues going on. You hear me? Baby. But yeah, my man Don Lemon files legal complaint against Megyn Kelly. Ooh. The complaint accused Kelly of allowing listeners to be fed lopsided, inaccurate stories about what occurred between his Heist and Lemons. Ooh, could you say it was some backdoor stuff? Pick and roll, you know what I'm saying? Setting screens, you know, behind the scenes. But dude serious about his shit, though. He's serious about it. But yeah, Miss Megyn Kelly has been put on legal notice by Don Lemons after the conservative talk show host invited Dustin Heist, a man who made sexual harassment accusations against Lemons, onto her Sirius XM radio show. And man, I got some of this audio. You know me, I'm ghetto fab with it. You know I'm with it. So I'm gonna play some of this audio, and I want y'all to sit back and be entertained. To the left, to the right, even.
You and George wrap up your shift at your bar and decide to go out for a late night drink?
Well, we had worked almost 2 weeks consecutively because 4th of July fell in the middle of the week that year, and we had worked for almost 2 weeks straight. So Sunday we came into work and we had very little, if any, reservations on the books. So our boss George gave us the night off, and so we went to Montauk for a little bit, and then we came to Sag Harbor, and that's when I encountered Don Lemon.
Okay, and those are towns in the Hamptons that are very popular with books. So you walk into this bar called Murph's, which I understand is very popular and sometimes with a celebrity set, though it's described as kind of a dive bar. Like it's not a fancy place, it's just popular amongst people who are well known. And did you see him right away when you walked in?
So I walked in and I saw him right out of the corner of my eye, and sitting over to the right, and he was with a group of a couple other men. And I said to George, I said, "Look, that's Don Lemon right there." And I decided to approach him, and I said, "Hey Don, let me buy you a drink." And before he could even respond, I looked at the bartender and I said, "Let me get 2 lemon drops." And if anything, that was an attempt at humor, and I didn't mean anything derogatory, or wasn't trying to harass him, or and Don looks at me and says, "I'm just trying to have a good time." And at that time I said, "Okay, I'm sorry," and I walked away, and I thought that was the end of it.
Okay, and so why did you do that? Had you been a fan of his? Like, what made you offer to buy him a drink?
Honestly, I was just being cordial. I work as a bartender, and part of your job is to engage with your guests and, just have a good time. Everybody, typically when they're at a bar or a restaurant, they're trying to just enjoy themselves. And I was just being friendly. It was just a hello, and I didn't mean it.
Maybe the term lemon drops sound a little soft. And he sounded like the marshmallow puff guy of Ghostbusters. But let us continue.
Anything derogatory towards it, but as soon as he said, "I'm just trying to have a good time," I walked away. And that was that.
What time of night was this?
Approximately about maybe 10 p.m., maybe 9:30.
Okay. And could you tell at this point, this particular point where you would offer to buy him a lemon drop, whether he was intoxicated?
I mean, it seemed that he had had a few drinks, that's for sure.
How could you tell?
He just was kind of like shaking his head, and he looked at me like, you're a bartender, you pick up on these things. People sit at your bar and drink all the time, and he did not look sober by any means.
Okay. So he declined your drink, and how far away were the two of you from one another at this point?
3 feet at the most.
And I'll ask you this because it becomes relevant shortly, but for the record, are you straight?
Oh, yes. I have a girlfriend, and, once this is all behind me, we hope to get married one of these days.
Okay, so in no way was this a sexual come-on by you offering a drink? Okay. And Don is openly gay and either engaged or married to a man, so, and that's been well established. Okay, so it was basically just a friendly gesture. He declined it, and then what happened next?
Mm-hmm.
So I walk around the bar, and about 5 minutes goes by, and he comes around the bar and comes up to me, and he says, pardon my language, but he says, "Do you like me? Is that why you're fucking with me?" And I said, "No, I just wanted to say what's up." And I was just like, what's this guy's problem? And I looked at my boss, and in that moment, he puts his hand down his pants and starts aggressively.
Can you start that over?
Don.
You're talking about Don. Go ahead.
Yeah, so after he says, do you like me? Is that why you're effing with me? And I said, "No, just wanted to say what's up, man." And I look at my boss, and I look back, and he has his hand in his pants, rubbing himself aggressively, and he shoves his 2 fingers up underneath my mustache, thrusts my head back, and says, "Do you like pussy or dick?" And he said it like 2 or 3 times after that. And I just said, "What the hell, man?" And I just ran out the back door.
So, forgive my indelicate question, but when you say he put his hands down his pants, what kind of pants was he wearing, and how do you know what he was doing in there?
He was wearing shorts, and I mean, it was pretty obvious to everybody that saw him what he did. He was just rubbing himself, and with impunity, just pushed his hands up under my face enough to thrust my head back and degrade me.
So he was rubbing his genitals, and then he shoved the fingers that he was doing it with in your nose and your face.
Correct.
Did it strike you as something he had ever done before?
I don't know. Anybody that acts like that in public and without any fear of what it might do to somebody or the consequences it might have, that's a pattern, it's... I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, he's protected by the fact that he's African American, gay man on television, and I'm just some nobody.
Now, African American, so-called African American gay men don't be protected. It's just their narrative be protected, homie. Let's get that straight. But other than that, man, that's some crazy shit.
When he touched your face, did he actually make contact with your face?
Yeah. He pushed.
When he touched your face, did he actually make contact with your face? Man, nigga, I'm over here rolling.
pushed my face back completely.
Wow. And so did you stumble back or did you maintain your footing?
At this point, I had turned around and my back was to the bar, and he pushed me so forcefully that I was leaning up over the bar. And, after about 2 seconds of that and him repeating, what he said.
P or D, P or D.
Yeah. And after all that, I just like, what the hell? And I just ran out the back door. And, in certain circumstances, a lot of men would have reacted aggressively. And that, in that split second, I had to make a decision. And, when you go through something like that, it's either fight or flight. And I chose flight.
Man. Dude out there, he got his story out there, but man, that shit right there, nigga, you jacking off and putting that shit out, nigga, we would have been rolling right then and there. And no if and buts about it. I look at that as assault, rape, and all that shit, nigga. I'm trying to knock the skin off your face. Woo, Lord have mercy. Mr. Lemons, that's pretty sour. That's pretty sour. But anyway, this your boy, Musa Azakar. Do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Peace and brother. Grease.